Hello everyone, welcome to the free session of CodersTrust. Today our topic is about the Bootstrap, which is very known at the moment of the web development area. Today we'll learn about how to integrate Bootstrap or the advantages of Bootstrap and the grid system, which is very important part of the Bootstrap framework. So we'll see actually how it will work. Hopefully you are watching my screen properly and hear my voice. For just confirmation, I just want to ensure that you are watching my screen properly. Well, if you have any problem to see my screen or to hear my voice, you can just comment here in the session, YouTube session. If you are logged in with your Gmail account, you can easily comment here, and I will regularly check your comment if you have any problem. Well, before starting, I'm just showing something about the settings, which is important because if your screen resolution is not properly set, in that case, actually, you'll not see my screen properly. So I just want to ensure that you are setting this screen properly. So just go to the settings icon in the video and click on the quality option, and in the quality option you will see many options. So you just need to select 360 or 480. If your option is selected by default 144 or 240, in that case actually the screen resolution will be low and you cannot see my screen properly and cannot understand my code also. So it is highly recommended to use 360 or 480. If your internet is very fast, you can use 720, no problem. But at least try to use 360. Hopefully you'll do the settings accordingly. And I'm just going to start Bootstrap. What is actually Bootstrap? Yes, Bootstrap is a CSS framework which is to develop website UI more rapidly and with the responsive feature. The responsive feature is important part for the latest trend because and the mobile users are now almost 50%. That means more than 50% internet users now browse internet from their mobile devices. So it is important to be responsive. If your website is not responsive for the mobile devices, actually you will lose your traffic, and losing traffic means losing your business. So for to be updated with the latest trend, so responsive feature is very important, and Bootstrap is ensuring that very perfectly and without many code actually, because this framework actually basically based on this responsive feature. There are some other benefits that we can see that the responsive is the first feature. For that actually we are choosing Bootstrap, and it is also time saver because it has many ready components so you can use in your project, and there are the rich documentation. So if you have any problem or if you need to do something or to any component, in that case actually rich documentation is enough for you. And there are some many JS component like slider, image gallery, and as accordion. So those JS components also available if you want to use in your project. Well, now we'll see actually how to integrate it. First of all, you need to go to the getbootstrap.com. We have already uh, opened this website, and then click on the getting started link, and you will see those. Just download this Bootstrap, download with the download button. Also, you can use the CDN directly if you want to run from the server CDN. But if for the practice, actually, you can also download if you don't want to load it every time from the CDN. So you can just use the static version from this downloading. So I have already downloaded it, and let me find the file. Well, so there is some folder you can see. So we just need to do something step by step. Also, I made a documentation for that. And for example, we have to include this CSS file and the Bootstrap theme in two CSS file. I have to include now. So before including into the HTML file, I just taking those two files. First one is Bootstrap main and second one is the theme main. And copy to my working folder. So my working folder is here. I'm just keeping the CSS folder. And I have to bring the JS also. So for JS, I have to just make to the main version of the Bootstrap. Well, and another file also required, which is actually the jQuery library, because it is the dependency for the Bootstrap library, because that is a jQuery library. So you know that all the jQuery plugin is actually based on the jQuery library. So I just need to find any jQuery file here. Yeah, there is also. So I'm just keeping this JS folder. Well, now I will include one by one. First, I just want to uh, include the Bootstrap theme, then theme.main.css. I'm using the brackets ID. You can use whatever you like, as a Sublime Text or NetBeans. So just whichever you feel comfortable. There is no actually recommendation to use anything specifically for the IDE. So I just included this to CSS file, main.css and theme.main.css. Now I'll do the JS also, but before that I also include the jQuery library. So just JS folder. Okay. Now I'll go for this bootstrap main.js. Well, so this two also included properly. And well, this is, I think, I do the work now. Everything is included to CSS and to JS. Now I'll go for the grid system, actually, the grid system, which is important for the Bootstrap. Well, let me check if you have any comment. Well, no comment so far. So hopefully you are watching my screen properly. Well, so I'm just going for the grid system. Well, Bootstrap grid system, they divided the screen in four categories. The first one is large device, second one is the medium device, third one is the small device, and the final one is the extra small, that is actually phones or mobile devices. So large devices is actually categorized by a more than 1200 pixel. If your screen resolution is more than 1200 pixel, then it is actually treated as large device. And if it is greater than 992 pixel, then it is medium devices. And it is if it is 768 more than or equal, then it is a small device like tablets, iPad. And the final one is less than 768. That means it falls all the mobile devices actually fall into the category. And the another thing I need to know that yes, the Bootstrap divide the whole screen into 12 part. So we can say that 12 column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 12 column. And we can combine this 12 column space in any combination like 111, that means 12 column, or it can be 8 plus 4, that means 12, or it can be 4, 4, 4, so it is also 12, and it can be 6, 6, so it can be also 12. So this is the combination of the multiple that you have to make it 12 total. So the design actually depends on your the PSD design or the wireframe, how actually which part you will take, how many spaces. So if you have a sidebar like MB4, so you can use the 4, and for the left part you can use the 8. So it depends upon on your design actually. Now I will discuss the what's the actual difference, the last device. Well, there are four things for this grid system. Just need to show you. The Bootstrap use called access and hyphen. There can be another word like 1 to 12. You can use 1 to 12. It is for the small device. SM, that means small device, and MD for medium device, and LG for large device. And there is a basic structure, which is like that. Yeah, there is a container div, that means the div of the total content body, and a row, that means we can treat is a row like this is a row, this is another row, this is another row. So in every row there can be 12 columns, or there can be one or two columns, but you have to make it 12 in combination. That means the total width is divided by 12 columns. So whatever you combine it, just need to make sure it is total to 12. So just, yeah, so this is the row, so we can treat every row here, and within the row we can divide the column like 6 6 4 4 4 3 3 3 3 or 1 1 12 times. So this is a container, so I'm just writing the code for this. I'm just taking a git like git class container. This container is actually Bootstrap class. It is not made by me. It is the Bootstrap predefined class. And in the class, we can take a row. And within the row, I'm just taking some column, like call LG. Well, I will for LG first. So LG 4. So you can take 3 LG. So 4 4 4. This natural. And within the LG, I can put some title like H2, and we can make it like, well, I can actually repeat this title for every column. So this tree, but I am do some styling just using the style tag. I can write it the external CSS, but for because we will not use main CSS, just one or two line code. So I'm just making inner CSS with the style tag. So for H2, I just want to make some border, so you can see the area actually. Oh, okay. So let's run the code now. This index. Well, you can see I just made it 4 4 4, and it is the 4 4 4. But you can see there is enough space in the two side, because we use the container. Container means it actually will take a container in the middle or center of the screen and keeping the same space in the both sides. But if you want to use the whole screen instead of just the center content area, so you can use just container flip. This is another class of Bootstrap which is used for the complete. Yeah, you can see this now. It is completely taken the complete to it. So it depends actually how you want to uh, put the div or your content area. If you want to make it 100% complete, then you can use the fluid. Otherwise, you can just use the container. Well, now I will show the something about the grid system, because we discussed about the large device. So LGs work for the more than 1200 pixel. That means actually the container width, that means the container will be 1170 pixel. So let's see now. So I'm just switching my mobile data. So it is now 1280. So it's still working. That means it is working for the large device. So I'm just making it less than 1100, 1200. So it's still working until 1200 it will work, but less than 1200, that means 1199, it is not working because now it is just taking the whole area, the 100% area for each column, not the like we just divided into three section. So that we already seen that it will work for 1200 pixel greater than or equal 1200. So less than 1200 pixel the LG will not work. So we can already see that LG is not working less than 1200 pixel. So it is working for more than or equal 1200 pixel. Now I will just put another row. So I will make the difference between this LG and other. So for LG, I will just MD for medium devices. Okay, so for AMD, I can see that AMD's area is for greater than or equal 992 pixel. So let's see. Now both are working. Well, now just the AMD is working, but not the LG. So let me make it less than 992 pixel. Yes, 9, yeah, 997. This is still working. But when it is like 989, that's less than 992, it is also not working like the LG. So the area for AMD is greater than or equal 992. So similarly we can use the SM. SM4. Okay, so LG is not working, AMD is not working, but the SM is still working because the area of the SM is greater than or equal 768. So let's make it smaller than 768, then we'll see the difference. Yeah, so when it is just 740, that means less than 768, it is also not working. So the area is greater than 768. And finally for LG gone, MD gone, SM gone, the final one is XS, that means extra small devices. It should work for all. Let's see. Okay. Well, these three are not working, but Access is still working. So it is working actually in all the medium devices. That means the mobile devices like 390 pixel. So it is working for them extra small and small. That means it's working actually in the all devices. So Access. So you can ask actually which one will I use because there are four options. So actually which one will I work use? So it is highly recommended to use the SM because the SM is the most commonly used because you want to make the design in the tab and the large screen same. But for the mobile, what we will do actually for the mobile we just want to make it the separate line. That means not beside each other. For example, we can make there is a logo in the left side, there is a menu in the right side. If in the mobile, if you want to show that like in the left the logo, in the right the menu, but actually it will not be well spaced. So we need to show logo in the one row and another row in the menu. So we want to just break it for the mobile. So that means we don't need to use the access. Just we can use the SM, because SM will work for tab or other devices like medium device or large device. But in some cases we may use the access, uh, because in the design we may want to make like two part. For example, there are two photos, so you just want to show the beside each other, so you can use like access 6 access 6 in this way. So this about the bootstrap, the main concept of the grid system. And if you can understand the grid system properly, actually bootstrap will be a very good weapon for you for this latest trend following for the responsive feature. And in the bootstrap there are many components you can use, like this there are css components. So there are css component. For example, we uh, want to make some button quickly, so you can just use the button like that. Well, I'm just showing the example here. So this is a button. BTN, this is the Bootstrap class. That means this is the button type, and the button default. That means this is the style how actually button will look. So can you use this? Yeah, you can. This is the default style. There is some other style like button success and button warning. This is button success. There is button warning. You can see the complete list here in the Bootstrap documentation. So there's the example already. This is a primary, this is a success, info, warning, danger. So this you can choose any of the design, just change the class name. You can get the styling already. But if you still need the custom button, because if you just don't want to use one of this color and the other color, so you can also customize using the css. That means the css we use for the core css. So the this is the advantages of bootstrap. You can use the your own class also if anything missed in the bootstrap. Also there are some table design. That means the by default you can use the table class, and that their styling also. And for the forms also there are some styling also, you can use those using the bootstrap class. And for the images there are some interesting thing, like you can make the image the round shape or other shape depending on your ux. So for example, you want to make the responsive, also you can use the img responsive class, which is very important, because you want to make the image resized with the devices to changes the screen. So you can use this img responsive. Also you can use the circle. Also you can the thumbnail style. So there are a lot of options actually you can use. So you can make the layout the more modern, and use the bootstrap helper class to make it quickly make your web site without any uh, a line of code. Also there are some classes for the responsibility utilities like hidden access, visual access. That means if you want to show something in the just only in the mobile, not in the medium devices, you can use this visible access. Or you can just hidden something just in the mobile, not the regular devices, you can use the hidden access. So you can use actually a lot of things, just make the different style for your mobile version and for your desktop version. Well, so this is about our today's session. Hopefully, you have enjoyed this session. If you have any questions regarding to this session, you can ask. I will close our session shortly. So, meanwhile, you can comment if you have any question. And I am also showing something of the CodersTrust. Actually, if you're, so I know that some are new here in the session. So CodersTrust basically a Denmark-based company whose vision is making the IT skill development, as well as make the learning path and earning path easy for the students. CodersTrust working in many countries, started from Bangladesh, India, Kenya, Bhutan, Malaysia. So more countries are adding each day. So there are many students globally at the Coder Trust, and the success stories is very fantastic. You can see the official website of the Coder Trust. You can see the success stories. That means the students already working the marketplaces after completing the course in the Coder Trust. So Coda's vision is not only learning for the skill, also the use of the skill in the global marketplace. So it's the Coda Trust challenge to make you the perfect for the marketplaces to prepare your skill this level, the international level, so that you can compete with the other programmers in the world. So the CodersTrust course outline is very much practical oriented and considering the latest demand in the marketplaces. You can see the all the course details like soft skill, how to negotiate with the client, how to prepare presentation or beat or make the proposal properly. All these things, soft skill. Also, there are front end development, which is 4 month. For details, you can ask the support team if you want to know more about the flexibility and the time duration. And there are options for the home do class from the campus also. So there are a lot of options which is perfect for you. You can choose if you want to know actually how curators work the whole system, so you can take it. So hopefully you will enjoy the journey at Cooler Trust if you have the passion in this area of web development. Well, so this is for today, and hopefully I will come again in the same time tomorrow with the another session. So this is our free session of Coder Trust, which uh, held in the is night session, the from Sunday to Thursday. So you can join it, and also you can check the courses of the Coder Trust if you want to more guided, because mostly they are actually randomly guided. I know that they just search the Google for something and learn and forget something for after a few days. So if you want to just want to systematically improve your skill, so there you should take a proper guideline from the real expert. So in this case, actually, Coder Trust can be a good choice for you. Well, so it's all about today's session. So take care. Bye. Good night. See you soon.